Welcome, you are listening Radio Central News. I'm Chandni and now news in detail. India's COVID-19 teleoff cases went past 41 lakh with a record 90,632 people being infected in a day, while 31 lakh 80,865 people have recuperated so far, pushing the national recovery rate to 77.3% on Sunday, according to the Union Health Ministry data. The total coronavirus cases mounted to 41,13,811, while the death toll climbed to 70,626, with the novel coronavirus cases claiming 1,065 lives in a span of 24 hours in the country, the data updated at 8 am showed. The COVID-19 case fatality rate due to the coronavirus infection has further declined to 1.72%. There are 8,62,320 active cases of coronavirus infection in the country, which comprises 20.96% of the total caseload, the data stated. India's COVID-19 tally had crossed the 20 lakh mark on August 7, 30 lakh on August 23, and it went past 40 lakh on September 5. According to the ICMR, a cumulative total of 4,88,31,145 samples have been tested up to September 5, with 10,92,654 samples being tested on Saturday. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Sunday said the NDA's goods and services tax is not a tax system but an attack on India's poor and on its small and medium business, and urged all to stand against it. Dubbing the GST as Gabbar Singh tax, he said it is the second major attack on India's unorganized economy and is an absolute failure. He had earlier said demonetization was the first attack on the informal sector in the economy. As part of his video series in the economy, the former Congress president alleged that the NDA government has kept 4 different tax slabs to help those big industrialists with means and contacts to change the taxes under the GST regime. The GST is an absolute failure. Not only is it unsuccessful, it is an attack on the poor and on the small and medium business, he said in a video series shared on his social media platforms. GST is not a tax system, it is an attack on India's poor. It is an attack on small shopkeepers, small and medium business, farmers and laborers. We have to recognize this attack and stand against it together, he said. India and Iran have discussed ways to take forward the bilateral cooperation and exchanged views on regional security issues, including peace and stability in Afghanistan. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh held a meeting with his Iranian counterpart Brigadier General Amir Hatami in Tehran. Brigadier Hatami had requested for a meeting with Mr. Singh while he was on a transit halt in Tehran en route from Moscow to New Delhi. The meeting between the two leaders took place in a cordial and warm atmosphere. The defense minister said both the leaders emphasized upon the age-old cultural, linguistic and civilizational ties between India and Iran. During the combined meeting of defense ministers of SCO, the Collective Security Treaty Organization, and the Commonwealth of Independent State Member States, Mr. Singh had called for greater dialogue between the two countries in the Persian Gulf. India has a vital interest and links of civilization and culture with all states in the Persian Gulf, he had said. We call upon countries in the region, all of which are dear and friendly to India, to resolve differences by dialogue based on mutual respect, sovereignty and non-interference in internal affairs of each other, he added. Iran is an observer country of the SCO grouping. Mr. Singh's visit to Iran is significant in view of India considering the country as a part of its extended neighborhood, and it also has a wide-ranging interest from energy to security to connectivity. Telecom regulator TRAI has granted additional time till September 8 to Vodafone Idea to reply to a show cause notice on priority plan after the company sought more time to respond. The Telecom Regulatory Authority of India last month had slapped a show cause notice on Vodafone Idea Limited over its pay more for priority treatment mobile plan, saying the tariff offer lacks transparency and is misleading and is not in compliance with the regulatory framework. The regulator had initially given time till August 31 to VIL to respond, but later extended the deadline to September 4 following company's request. A source privy to the development told PTI that VIL again wrote to the regulator stating at least 15 days are needed to respond to the elaborate 17-page show cause notice that was issued on August 25. So TRAI has now agreed to extend the deadline to September 8 and communicated the same to the teleco, the sources said. A mail sent to Vodafone Idea did not elect a response. That is all for today's news bulletin. Stay tuned to Radio Central News for more updates.